Let's get into the next challenge called short, long, short. Given two strings, A and B, return a string of the form short plus long plus short, with the shorter string on the outside and the longer string on the inside. The strings will not be the same length, but they may be empty, meaning they have zero length. You could imagine just empty double quotes. So we have an example. Consider the input 1 and 22. 1 is clearly shorter than 22. It's only one digit. 22 is two digits. So we get the output 22 with a 1 on each side, or 1221. And then notice if you rearrange the parameters, you get the same output because 1 is clearly still less than 22 in terms of length and value as well. But yeah, so I think that's enough to get started here. Go ahead and pause the video and bang this one out. I think you can do this one pretty easy. And then I'll go into my solution. Now they assured us that the strings would never be the same length, but we're paranoid and we don't trust people, right? We don't trust programs executing. So what I'm going to do is just a quick little check to make sure that they're not the same length. If they are in fact the same length, I'm just going to do something simplified here and say return error. You wouldn't normally do this, but this isn't about error handling, so we'll use that as a simplified version of parameter checking. And then finally, if this doesn't execute, we get down here, and at this point we're guaranteed that the length of A and B are different. And I'm sure all the tests are set up to be that way because they told us they would be, but we're protected at this point. So pretty straightforward. I'm going to say, oops, caps, string, let's check for the shorter one. I'm going to use that ternary operator again. If A is shorter, then set shorter to the value of A, otherwise set it to the value of B. Feel free to do that with an if statement, conditional statement if you like. Longer A dot length is less than B dot length. In this case, the longer one, then I would say B if A is shorter than B, otherwise A. And that's sort of the downside of what I did here, is that I'm checking this condition twice, but not a big deal. And then at this point, it's pretty easy. I can do like what they said to do in the instructions here. I can say shorter plus longer plus shorter, and just concatenate those strings together as necessary. So I think this covers us. I should note, hopefully you didn't try to use variable names like this. This is really unfortunate here. Short and long are actually integer data types in C#, so you'll get some kind of error for this. It's a nonsensical statement. Imagine saying something like bool int equals true. You know what I mean? This isn't a variable name. That's a reserved keyword that represents an integer. So, and then unfortunately, when you code in the browser like this, you don't get any sort of warning. If you were in Visual Studio, they would flag this right away for you. So, hope you didn't get caught up there. Gotta have variable names that aren't reserved. So this should be good. Test it out. See what we get. Looks good for the first wave. We'll hit that second wave. And we're good there. Cool. So probably a few different ways to go about this. We'll see when we submit. I'm sure some string class methods might be used here. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's a nice way to do it. Nice one-liner. Solution. Yeah, same kind of thing there. B plus A plus B, otherwise A plus B plus A. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a simplified form. I would prefer that over what I did. You can see that we've kind of used this string interpolation with our print statements, and they're doing something like that here, where you can use the curly braces, and instead of printing A, it will insert the contents of A there, whatever A is. If it's that 1 or 22 or whatever, instead of printing out the letter A, it'll fill that in with the value. So yeah, good stuff there. All right, yeah, hit me up with questions, comments. Otherwise, we'll keep moving. Thanks for watching.